Yes, sir. We give the people of West Dallas piles and piles of slag, usable waste byproduct. They can use it as bedrocks, backyard gardens, even for paving roads. But the best use, in my humble opinion, is for the children to play with. Chunks of battery and hunks of slag become tools of imagination in their little hands. I'm sure it's hard to get them to come in for supper with such entertaining materials around. Well, can you blame them? With a millennia dependence on that, it's practically in their blood. And we want to keep it that way.
Going somewhere?
Yes.
Where is that?
Decided to move.
Move? Where y'all gonna move?
Downtown.
Downtown? Shit. City government must have got to you.
Excuse me.
I see you every day, Eleanor. Leaving at 6 in the morning in your apron and fresh pressed dress to work 2 waitressing jobs. You can't afford downtown. Somebody else must be paying for it.
Well, maybe with my 2 jobs, I've managed to afford it.
Your deadbeat husband drinks those 2 jobs away. Who paid you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I wake up around 5 every day, make breakfast for my children, wake them for school, send them off. And then I like to walk down Singleton Boulevard to get to my job at the asbestos plant. I like to look back at the building as I walk. It's the strangest thing, but each morning the past few months, I can't help there are less and less lights on in the windows.
Maybe folks are trying to save on their bills.
Maybe. Or maybe it's the white folks moving out. Being moved out, more like. Those dark windows in the morning, they're white folks' apartments.
So,
Well, I saw some white men in our hallways last week. Now you're moving out all of a sudden. I can't help but put 2 and 2 together now, can I? So I want you to tell me who's paying y'all to move on out of this shithole.
your words, not mine.
Is it the city?
What's it to you?
I think the city wants you out of here. So bad they'll pay you to move.
It stinks. It stinks all over West Dallas. Can't get rid of it. It's in my bed. It's in my hair. My children stink. I figure it's not the best place to raise a family.
You white trash. They don't let white trash just move in downtown. No, not unless they got some reason.
It is none of your business where I live.
It sure is. Why they taking you out of here? Why not me? Why not my family? I got 7 kids. They deserve this thing.
Well, maybe if you didn't have so many of them, you'd be able to clean them every
What'd
once
you
in a while.
say?
Look around. How many people you see around here look like me? Like you said, less and less every day. Now, maybe someone in the mayor's office decided to get us out of here. You know, I heard you got a 3rd job sewing canvas tents for our boys in Vietnam.
Yes, me. $20 more a week.
Low class work. And your husband, he's over in the concrete factory. Know how I know? Every time he comes through here, he leaves dust all over the damn stair. Well, no, I won't be doing work like that no more. Not suited for it. You know what I mean.
Not sure I do.
No, I won't be doing work like that no more. I'll be taking me and my trailer, trash, family, living in a real apartment.
I'll say it again, Eleanor. You ain't got jack for money, so who's paying?
Jim Crow. Winter. Reba is at home, in her bed. The floor around her is covered in debris. It's sweltering hot, despite the cold outside. The radiator beside her creaks, hisses, and moans as it overheats the room. Reba is physically uncomfortable with the temperature. She reaches for the dial, attempting to turn down the heat. It's too far. She's unable to help herself.
There was a woman living 2 blocks from the smelter, Reba. She didn't have no legs, no right breast. They were taken because of cancer. Her 2 kids moved away. They knew the smelter could ruin your life. The RSR offered Reba some money not to get involved in our protest. They offered to move her from her house if it meant she'd be quiet about everything. But Reba said,
Nope, not moving. Hello, Julia?
"Hi, yes, this is Julia.
Hi, Miss Julia. It's Reba.
Miss Reba, how are you?"
I'm doing okay, sweetie. But my granddaughter was just here and she turned up the heat real high. Could you come over and help turn it down?
"Yes, ma'am, I'll be right there." When I got to the front door, it was locked. So I go around to the side, but that door's locked too. I bang on it. "Miss Reba, the door is locked, honey. I can't get it open."
My granddaughter must have locked it. Can you go around to the window?
The glass was all fogged. I push up on the bottom of the window and crawl through.
Oh, Miss Julia, thank God. Turn down the heat, baby, please.
I gagged. The smell was suffocating. There were piles of old newspapers, dirty laundry, some plates of half-eaten food, all of it damp and rotting. She didn't have nobody taking care of her, I guess, and she didn't have no legs. She couldn't take care of herself. God, I almost cried looking at her. "Miss Reba, what time does your granddaughter come help you?"
Around 5:30. But she don't come out here every day.
"What do you have for supper?"
Whatever she bring me. Like I said, she don't come every day.
"Miss Reba, you gotta eat. I'm making dinner. You want some hamburgers?"
Whatever you have, Miss Julia.
Me and the other ladies start coming over and cleaning, bringing her food. I tell Luis about her. "Luis, have you been to Reba's house?"
Reba? The lady with no legs? No, Mom, what?
"You go pay her a visit."
I have heard of Reba before, but I've never met her. Her house, it was really run down. That's being nice. It was awful. I don't think that nobody was helping her take care of her hygiene or anything. Maybe everybody had forgotten about her. Miss Reba, what can I do to help you?
Oh, Mr. Lewis, your mom and the ladies, they've been helping me out plenty. I want to help you out. What can I do?
Okay, well, you got a phone there?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna come back with a list of numbers of people in West Dallas. When I ask, I want you to call every number on that list and tell them we're going to protest.
I can do that. I got a phone and I got time.
Thank you, Miss Reba. I appreciate it.
Mr. Lewis, I got a couple names myself. Mind if I add them to the list?
Well, sure, Miss Reba, the more the merrier.
Mr. Lewis, what was on my front porch when you came here today?
Oh, a ceramic pot, some tin cans. Why, Miss Reba, you're missing something.
No, I mean, how did you get up to the door?
Well, you got a sheet of plywood on some cinder blocks.
Go door to door a lot? Every time you see a ramp like that, I want you to go knocking.
Okay, Miss Reba? I'll do that. I'm thinking, I don't know what she's on about, but every house I see with a ramp, I knock. House after house, ramp after ramp till I get it. Behind each door is someone who's blind, someone who's missing a leg, an arm, or with a pain so bad they can't walk straight, someone who can't get up 3 small steps to their own home. I have gone door to door in West Dallas a million times, never once noticed those ramps till Reba pointed them out. Never once noticed the rotten 2x4s, the bumpy plywood full of nails, the weak wood being held up by piles of sand or sometimes even garbage. They were in plain sight. Behind each one, a life ruined by the smelter. What in the world happened here?
Nobody comes out here to help. If they did, maybe they'd see those ramps. Luis has started doing protests against the lead corporation. He has them all the time, down Singleton Boulevard, through West Dallas, in front of City Hall. He calls Reba on the phone and says,
Reba, get me some people.
She calls the neighbors, teachers at the schools, the preachers, tells them we're gonna march.
Today we've got about 50 and it's kind of an old crowd, even for us.
The elderly are the ones who are always here, always available. So when Reba calls, it's us that show.
Luis was injured at the railroad, so he has some time to devote to organizing.
Louis really made it happen. He's making calls, writing letters day and
It
night.
was practically a full-time job. This couldn't have happened if not for that injury. It's almost a blessing in disguise.
We protested no matter the conditions.
No matter the weather.
Scorching summers, windy springs, it's like they run together.
Protest after protest, we demand they shut down the smelter.
Some of us are here every time, others just come when they can.
But every time Reba calls, somebody shows up. And we get big crowds, sometimes hundreds of people.
Choirs sing, gospel music plays, and we protest. Today, there's 50 of us.
We're getting personal this time.
Our location, the home of the smelter's owner in Highland Park.
One of those rich Dallas neighborhoods, you know?
No!
Shut it down!
We've been here for an hour already, and the people are tired.
It's hot. Ooh, baby, it's hot today.
Miss Julia, come quick!
Miss Ida? Miss Ida, can you hear me? I think it's the heat.
Miss Secovena, is she alright?
She's okay, baby. It's just too hot. She's not the first to go. Miss Ida, can you hear me? ¿Puedes escucharme? Are you okay?
Creo que sí. Yes, I think I'm fine.
Miss Ida, I think you should go home. We have enough people here.
No,
Miss Julia, over here!
Stay here with her.
Baby, that day was so hot.
It must have been 115 over the pavement.
We have old people out here. Already 2 ladies have passed out after an hour standing outside.
I don't think we'll make it much longer.
The police tried to stop us, make us move out of Highland Park.
The rich white families don't want us to see this crowd of poor brown people outside their front doors.
Unless we're cleaning their toilets, that is.
But Luis, he got himself a permit. We have the right to assemble just like anyone else.
Clear the road! Get out of the street!
Just when we're dealing with a sick old lady, a car comes barreling down the road, right past us into the
We nearly
driveway.
killed someone.
Oh boy, was that a nice ride. A brand spanking new Mercedes. It almost took us right out.
The owner's wife is inside. I guess she called her husband, said to come home.
What's the problem here?
You're poisoning our family!
Yeah! I'm what?
The lead from your smelter covers our homes, our cars, our children's faces. Half of us have asthma, the other half cancer because of you.
Because of you.
You're killing our family.
Shame on you!
All right, folks, I think you're a bit confused. The RSR Corporation has done our testing. Nothing about our practices puts you or your families at risk. Maybe if y'all washed your kids every once in a while, they wouldn't be getting sick. Now I want y'all to move on out of here.
Wash your kids, clean your houses. I'm tired of you telling us we're dirty. Taking a shower or sweeping my floor won't keep my babies from being poisoned, from dying of cancer. I can clean every day and every night, but only you can stop the lead that's killing our kids.
Miss Julia, I think maybe we should go. The older people, they don't look so good.
And then I come to this rich neighborhood and clean here. I clean up your kids, so don't tell me I don't clean my own.
Miss Julia!
15 more minutes, that man just got here. I want him to see us.
We can't stay here much longer. He's gotta call the police.
Let him call. I got a permit, so when the police come back, I'll say, "Hi there, officer. I have a permit to protest here. You can either protect us or be on your way."
The day's just getting hotter. I don't know
It's
how.
like we're melting.
I'd seen these people stand through some tough weather, but out in this oven of a day, they were fading.
But then, oh, it's like a miracle.
People are tired, drenched in sweat, wilting like a bluebonnet in June. We can't even hold up our signs.
That owner's wife, the lady hiding in her house, she gets this nasty idea.
She thinks she knows how to drive us away. What happens at all protests, she thinks?
She turns on the sprinklers in her yard, thinks that'll drive us out. What are you doing? We're not dogs, you know!
But no, those sprinklers didn't hurt us, not one bit.
We let the water fall on us.
It was just the relief we needed to keep going. We were like little ducks jumping through the water.
And because we had that relief, we protested there for an hour and a half more.
The next day, I'm back in Highland Park, cleaning. The lady I worked for was always very kind to me. She had the TV on in the living room, and suddenly she screams, "Julia!" She says, "Julia, guess what's on television?" I said, "What is it?" She said, "It's you, Julia. It's your protest." I laughed and told her how people were passing out in the streets. Most people come to protest for what? Half an hour? This time, the whole group was there for 2.5. When's the last time you stood in the heat for that long? I brought the alcohol and the towels. I bring the people back.
Developmental delay, learning disabilities, abdominal pain, vomiting, constipation, seizures, premature labor, stomach growth, memory dysfunction, depression, infertility, miscarriage, violent behavior, spontaneous bleeding, coma, lower IQ, kidney tumors, brain cancer, lung cancer, rectum cancer, dead. No. These aren't side effects of the latest diet pill. No, folks. These are symptoms of lead poisoning. You all heard of lead poisoning. A problem of the past, you said. You may say to me, "Sir, this is 1980. We've solved our lead issues. We repainted our homes, got leaded gasoline out of the pump, switched to a mostly lead-free pesticides." Yes, it's not the 50s, but I'm here to ask, do you truly know what lead can do? Lead is a neurotoxin, affects the brain, viciously attacks the nervous system, comes in through the bloodstream, making its home in our bones and teeth permanently. In fact, it's a contender in the field of epigenetics. Ever heard of it? Well, I wouldn't expect so. It's a tad scientific, but here's the quick and dirty. Traits get passed down. For example, I have my pappy's nose here, and he had his pappy's nose before him, and so on. Lead poisoning works a bit like that. Take Jerry. Jerry works in the lead sector. He breathes in lead dust all day. Hell, just sticks his hand right into the vat of liquid lead, introducing it to his bloodstream. That lead becomes a part of Jerry's DNA. Jerry meets Jean. They fall madly in love and have little baby Jerry Jr. Now, Jerry and Jean want a clean life for their little bundle of joy, so they move out of town away from the dusty factories of West Dallas. Jerry gets a cushy office job, and Jean stays at home with Jerry Jr. playing house. The American dream. But baby Jerry Jr. carries that screwy DNA from his pappy. It doesn't cause Jerry Jr. any problems. He gets off scot-free. Jerry Jr. studies hard and makes his way to college where he meets Janet. The two of them marry and have sweet little baby Janice far away from West Dallas. But little Janice is born with asthma, with kidneys already failing, with blindness in one eye. How could that be? Epigenetics. Thank God. Lead poisoning is part of the family, resurfacing unexpectedly for generations. Like a bark beetle on the family tree, lead gnaws its way into your very DNA. Lead is twice as hard for small, fragile bodies of children. Like sponges, their bodies seep up every bit of the environment around them. It lowers their IQ, gives them depression, makes them lash out violently. Go ahead, take a deep breath. Can you feel that? Leaden air. How many hours, days, years before the air you breathe solidifies into blood, teeth, bone? The citizens who work in the RSR smelter come home with their loved ones coated in particulate. These hard-working people are just trying to build a life, a home. But without their knowledge, they are the perpetrators. They carry the toxins that wreak havoc on their bodies, their children's bodies. We tell them to clean. Mop up that dust, don't let your children play outdoors so much. These people here, though, well, they blame the RSR. Here in the United States, we owe our corporate employers a whole lot. All those West Dallasites, they don't seem to think they owe nobody nothing. Maybe if they wash their children every once in a while or got a different job. My point being, folks, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Wash it.
The ground is covered in dust, dirt, and slag. A 10-year-old Elise and 2 young neighborhood friends run out on stage, ready to play. Louise picks up a rock, a chunk of lead slag left in the RMR smelter. He uses it to throw a hopscotch frame in the dust covering the ground. The children start to play, using the slag block as their marker. They skip through the frame casually for a while. Suddenly, lead seems to float down from the sky. The children motion to each other in the air has turned to acting, pinching their noses and waving the glitter out of their faces. Their skin begins to crawl as lead particulate lands on it, causing painful red welts and allergic reactions. The children brush off their arms frantically and roll down their sleeves. They button their shirts up to their chins, pull their socks to their knees, anything to keep the glitter from coming into contact with their skin. The children begin coughing and gasping for breath, choking on the air. Blood begins to trickle from their noses, the fine fluid slicing the tender skin inside their nostrils. They cover their mouths, eyes, ears with shirt collars, exposing their bellies. They frantically struggle to be pulling their shirts down and up as if struggling to remove their skin in a desperate attempt to escape the air. The blood from their noses seeps through their fingers and cloth with their shirt collars. Julia runs out to the